Hey guys, it's Naren Zaid from the Hammer Bros, and I just wanted to do a video while I'm sitting here repainting and rebasing all my Skaven. Because I used kitty litter, and apparently my kitty litter is too rich, and it absorbs liquid as opposed to just being really terrible and gravelly. So I have to rebase all my models. So I'm doing that, and putting some washes on my Storm Vermin. Anyway, I figured I should make a video while I'm waiting. First thing, I am going to stop monetizing all my videos. I don't put out enough content, nor do I really care enough to make $100 every like year and a half or some such. So instead of pissing you guys off with ads and shit, I'm just gonna take those off. So yay for not making you press the skip button after 5 seconds. So ETC and Swedish comp. I'm going to XRoads, which up until this year had always used its own comp system. Like you just can't take a 0-1 steam tank or a 0-1 help at A-bomb, etc. So they went to ETC, which is new as far as I understand, because now they're allowing like choices instead of like outright comping things out. I really like it, as opposed to just being like, you can't play this. Instead, oh well, now if you want to play a Nurgle Demon Prince, it's going to be all your choices. So now you can't have Throg, you can't have Skull Crushers, you can't have a Chimera, etc. So first thing I'll go over is the Magic comp. I don't like it. Well, I like it, but it hurts Skaven. I like the Lookout Sirs because I'm afraid of Dwellers, and not being afraid of Dwellers anymore because I get a 2+ Lookout Sir is pretty keen. But giving people Lookout Sirs against Dreaded 13th and limiting my dice on Dreaded 13th to 5 instead of 6 basically makes the spell not castable. I haven't played enough Skaven, honestly. I've only played in 2 GTs with them, and I play them, I mean, as often as I can now, but I feel like they need 13th to win. I mean, it won me at least 2 games at Sylvania. Wait, hold on. Won me 1 game in Sylvania. Yeah. And 2 games in the boys. And like hands down won me. Like it wouldn't matter what else anything else did, like just outright won me a game. So it's pretty it's obviously a very fantastic spell. And with Power Scroll, you can really, once someone uses their Dispel Scroll there and poo-poo, because you're getting 13th off. So that 5/3 Magic Phase, oh, that's my favorite. Power Scroll. And so the Magic Phase is kind of gonna hurt, I think. I'm not sure, because everyone else is obviously comp 2, so yeah, and Magic dice, you can only generate 2 more dice, so it really hurts the Death Lower attribute. All death spells are limited to, or all powered dice generators are limited to 2. So, you can channel twice, and then I don't believe you can add any more. If I'm incorrect on that, let me know. So, like, if I channel 1, I can only use 1 Warpstone token. I could not use 2. If I channel and my condenser goes off, I can't use any Warpstone tokens, is my understanding. So, I don't know. I'm really kind of shocked at that. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm going to keep practicing and see what I think, but I'm going to do Skaven either way, just because I like the army. The aesthetic's cool, and, I painted all these models, so god damn it, I'm going to play all of them. So the other thing is the terrain. Like, hills block line of sight, and every year I've been to Crossroads, which is like, I don't know, I think I've been to like 4 Crossroads or so, 4 or 5. There's always 2 hills on the table, and now hills block line of sight. So I hop behind. So like my buddy and I were playing, and I realized, oh wow, you can just hop behind a hill. Like, oh, I'm 1 inch up on the hill. Okay, now I'm gonna move backwards 2 inches. Now you can't see me, so now you can't charge me. Pretty interesting. Makes me almost consider running a Screaming Bell. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure though. See, I was talking to John and the niece, and I was thinking about playing a Rat Ogre Bonebreaker and a screaming skull or a screaming bell, and then having the screaming bell on one side and then the bone breaker on the other, so you can hit the bell or the breaker. And I didn't like that because I felt it was too cheesy and too exploitative of the rules. Um, I don't know. I don't like doing that unless I have to, like a la Bretonia's. Like Bretonia has to do that or just can't do anything. Skaven, on the other hand, just have a lot of tools, so I think they can do other things. So I think I'm going to decide against that. I might just run them in Horde if I do anything, but I don't know. I still can't decide. I might do 2 assassins. I don't know. So that's my thoughts on those types of things. Who gets hit really hard? I think warriors take it pretty hard. I mean, you can still run like a Slanesh Demon Prince and do all the choir bombing shenanigans, and that's not too bad. But the 3-up rerolling ones, I don't believe is legal. I can't remember. If it is, it's like 4 points or something silly. And characters on demonic mounts are like a point. So that unkillable BSB, I think, is like your whole allotment or all of it but 1. So that's definitely interesting. Oh, they make Lore of Undeath unplayable. It's legal, but raised units count against victory points, and you can't raise ethereal units, so it has no function essentially, in my opinion. So that's too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna continue to do the same thing that I did before with them. I'm playing like a couple less engineers. Just because they're comped out. I think my 5 choices are going to be 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, a Doom Wheel, and a Hell Pit. Pretty standard stuff. No Storm Banner. 2 units of Gutter Runners hopefully will take care of the War Machines for me. And hopefully I won't need Storm Banner because Hills will block line of sight. So like if I really need to hide something, like my Hell Pit or my Doom Wheel or my... Alright, never my cannons. I'm never hiding my cannons. They're 90 points, and they'll probably do more damage than, they will getting popped. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm very excited though. I really want to play. I haven't played in a tournament since the boys. I keep having things to do on like my local tournament weekends, and it really hurts me. It makes me so sad. But what are you gonna do? So moving on to Swedish. Swedish. Too complicated. I mean, it's not like so complicated that I obviously can't figure it out because, well, I played Warhammer, so hopefully I would be intelligent enough to figure it out. But it's still just one of those things where you're like, how did you come up with these equations? Like, this is not a simple system. Like, this is not like something that you come up with and you're like, oh yeah, like, this is why we did this, and this is like, holy shit, like there's like not serious, but there's math involved here, like. Like 1/200th of points and things. Like, what the hell? So, little strange, but the scores are low, I guess. Like, they're doing like 4 or 5 for like the comp, which I guess is considered, a low score. So people will be able to bring a lot of stuff, just not all the stuff, I guess. I have no idea. I don't know. Mostly I'm going to drive 6 hours and hopefully get to play some Triumph or Treachery and do okay. I'd like to make a run at Masters this year. It was too bad that I did not make it this year. I really thought I would, with 2 best generals and a 2nd best general. But my painting and my ponies did not help me out there. So I think I'm gonna like seriously try this year and like try to make the run, just because not because like I wanna win Masters and be the best, but because it'd just be cool to play with guys from other regions who are really, really good. Because it's like I always say, you have to get your shit pushed in by the best to be kind of okay at something. So I'd like to lose some games to some really superior players, and learn a couple things. So that way next year I'm better. So that's kind of my thoughts on comp as far as that stuff goes that I'm going to this year. I think I really, casual lift message on my feed from last video, and I kind of want to go to his GT. I think I'm gonna have to send him a message or make him come on here and like give you guys the gist of what he's running and what he's doing, because I can't remember if I thought that was like a busy week for me or something, but I'm gonna look into that more seriously. but I think it's in like June or July, so it's kind of a good bit off. But you know, he's a he's a good guy though. I met him very briefly. I should have hung out with him more. Can't remember what I was doing in Sylvania. I know there's a casino nearby that I wanted to stop at. I don't know. Sylvania was a weird one just because like I wasn't able to like hang out and we're in like the gaming area all night. So like I wasn't like playing doubles or like Triumph and Treachery or you know there wasn't anything cool nearby either. I mean there was a casino and I almost went there, but I gotta try and keep my head my keep all my hobbies reasonably priced. And going to so many GTs, because like the boys was the next weekend. So anyway, um, all that stuff, all that stuff. So can I tell you that I am just the absolute worst at this hobby thing. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this, but man, one day I'm gonna get an above average paint score, and I'm just gonna feel so good about myself. It's gonna be great. I'm like trying to become the complete hobbyist. So because like it's always weird when like you're doing well and then like you look at someone else's army and you're like, wow, that's really nice. And then you like slap turds all over the board and they're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I've learned a lot this year um, about the community and how people view that kind of stuff. So with that said, I'm trying really hard to remedy the painting situation. But there's only so much we can do. And then I'm gonna hit up Capital City Bloodbath. I'm definitely going to that. I got a buddy coming with me to Ottawa to because I met Chris and his guys at the boys, and they were awesome. And I try to go to awesome people's GTs. Like that's why I'm driving 6 hours to Unplugged. Like they run a fantastic GT, and I really like those guys. So I'll drive 6 hours to hang out and play with Plastic Men's. So this campaign we're doing, I don't know much about campaigns. This is the first one I've ever done. I think we're using Blood in the Badlands and like Mighty Empires. If anyone wants to leave me comments and let me know what they think about that kind of stuff and like how it works and like what works and what doesn't, please leave me a comment because we have no idea what we're doing and we're just kind of like making shit up. I wanted to play Nagash or my new Vermin Lord, but like we're not doing end times because some of the guys aren't, up with the end times. Like we got 2 new players in the local area that I hooked in, so I'm very excited about that. One of them is going to all the GTs with me. He's painting a whole fuckload of ogres right now, and he was in the hobby like 10 years ago, and got out, and now he'd never done wargaming competitively, I guess, because like that's just the thing he didn't do, and he's like I'll try it because he I don't know what actually got him to do. Maybe it was because of how well I was doing, and maybe he thought he could get a couple tips from some jack off on the internet. Oh god, I'm sorry if I sound terrible, but it's in upstate New York and it's the middle of winter. So after Capital City Bloodbath, I'm gonna do Fall Crossroads, and then I'm going to do I don't know, I might do Sylvania again. I'm not sure. I definitely want to hit like 6 GTs. So and then do and then end my season with the boys, and then hopefully go to Masters. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's hard to tell with all those comps on the Skavens. I mean, on Comp Skaven, I'm very confident can win any game. But I'm not totally certain if I'll be able to do this. But only time will tell. I think that's all I really have to talk about. Can't think I have too much. I mean, I could talk about Storm Fiends. I guess I'll just do a quick thing on Storm Fiends. I'm waiting to buy them only because I don't know if they're going to ever be allowed in GTs. And I'm not saying I only buy models because they're competitive, because I don't. But I would probably much rather buy a new Vermin Lord before I bought a whole bunch of Storm Fiends if the Storm Fiends weren't legal. Because I would obviously much rather paint a big stupid model than, a bunch of models that are kind of okay looking and could be fun. Basically, they'd be my competitive choice. So, long story short, there we are. Anyway, I think that's it for this one, guys. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you all have a splendid evening. And I'll talk to you later. Good night, guys.